Hello, AIA Learning Community participants. Greetings from Orlando, Florida. This is Randy Hepner, Campus Field Ministry Co-Director with D. Hammonds. And I just wanted to say thank you and congratulations for completing this 2-year journey that you're on. I was with you January of 2018 when you all first gathered in the Twin Cities, and it was actually my first AIA group gathering upon my return to Athletes in Action after being in a role at Lake Hart for 12 years. And I was so encouraged to see you guys engaging on the subject of movement building. And it was so encouraging for me to return to AIA and see you all talking about that. I felt so welcomed back to AIA, and it was a great way to start my new role within Athletes in Action. In subsequent months, upon reading prayer requests that come out of Xenia every month, I was so encouraged and could definitely identify the teams that had been a part or are a part of the learning community just by what they were asking prayer for. And I was encouraged to read that, knowing the information you all have been getting and seeing your prayer requests and joining you and praying as you're on mission as a team and as families and individuals. It was fun for me to see those prayer requests come in. And I've just loved seeing the results that have come out of this time in the last couple years in team camaraderie and scope of ministry as you guys get after increasing your scope and your influence, and then just depth of student involvement and engagement with the ministry. So I think not only has this training benefited you as a team, but I think it's going to have lasting impact on campus teams as we see these students grow and walk in their faith. And I'm just being inspired by the results that you all are seeing. So I wanted to thank you for your participation. I want to thank the Twin Cities team. I know this is a lot of work, and I don't want you to think that it goes unnoticed or that your hard work is taken for granted. It's not at all. Thanks for leading the charge in this area. Keep up the good work. Finish strong. I'll be praying for you and praying for this next school year. May God bless it in great ways, and it's a real joy and pleasure and honor for me to join you in ministry. So, love you all. Have a great week there in the Twin Cities. Bye-bye.
Hello, Learning Community. This is Dee Hammonds. I serve as the Campus Field Ministry Co-Director with Randy Hepner. And on behalf of the campus executive team, we want to say congrats. You guys invested the past 2 years in the learning community, and this is it. We are sending you off. And we could not be more excited and proud of the way you guys have invested in your own leadership and invested in the mission. So we want to say thank you, and we want to celebrate with you and talk about what now. So a couple of the things we want to celebrate. 4 of our 6 campus executive team members have been to Learning Community, and we have been greatly impacted. I was at Immersion too, and it was so impactful for me sitting in a D group time led by Christina Middendorf, and the way you guys ministered to me as I just got to focus on being a disciple, and I could take off the leadership hat for a few minutes and just focus on being a disciple. So I want to celebrate that you guys have done the hard work of stepping backwards to learn what it means to be a disciple. And then you focused on being a family on mission. You united to make strong bonds so you're moving forward together. And then you talked about a leadership pipeline. Who are we going to be investing in? 2 Timothy 2:2, the things you have heard from me in the presence of many witnesses, entrust to reliable men and women who will be qualified to teach others. You guys are doing that. You are passing on the teachings of Jesus to be passed on to others. You are disciples making disciples. So thank you for the work you've done. I know you've changed the way you're leading on campus and the way you're leading your teams. It's not always easy, and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of tension to let go of things. You've let go of weekly meetings. You've added team members. You've added volunteers. You've merged your team with other teams. You've done the hard work for the sake of the mission. And I want to say thank you. What I also want to say moving ahead, hold on, I gotta look at my notes. Okay, moving ahead, two things. I think I heard this quote at Learning Community 2 or 1 from someone who went to Immersion 1. What you'll see in 1 year is far less. This is probably a Luke Middendorf quote. What you'll see in 1 year is way far less than you expected, but what you'll see in 5 years is beyond what you could have expected and dreamed. So a lot of hard work is ahead, and so I want to say keep going and keep utilizing the support of the learning community. Set up phone calls once a month to connect with your comrades about how it's going and where you're struggling. You guys still need each other. Even though you're wrapping this up, you still need each other to pray and celebrate and collaborate. And lastly, I want to say AIA Campus Ministry needs you. Who knows what team or person you'll pass on this to. What the ripple effect of what the 8 of you have started is just beginning to ripple effect out into AIA Campus Ministry. And I can't wait to see what God has in store. So we're thankful for you. We're celebrating with you. And we want to say a special thank you to Luke and Karin and the Twin Cities team. Thank you for hosting these past 4 immersions. And thank you to Pear and the 3DM team. Thank you for investing in our Athletes in Action staff. We are so grateful for your work. We're celebrating with you. Congrats, everyone.
Hey friends, Steve here. Just wanted to take a minute to encourage and affirm and acknowledge the significance of what you've gathered in the Twin Cities once again to do, and that is to complete your AIA Learning Community journey, with this being your 4th and final immersion experience. The 50 or so of you from 8 different teams around the country are completing this 2-year journey of training, community, and immersion to help you mobilize your teams to go after discipleship and mission on the campuses in your scope. And I'm challenged, encouraged, so is the National Campus team, by your commitment to the Great Commission, your commitment to spiritual multiplications, to trusting God for spiritual movements, your commitment to win, build, send, demonstrated by your choosing to do this and incur great cost of time and money without being required by leadership to do that. So you're doing this on your own, and that says a lot about you. And so we are thinking about you this week. We're praying for you. And I am excited and thrilled to think about all of the college athletes that are currently on your campuses and those who will be entering your campuses next year, the year after, who will be impacted by what you're doing right now. And I believe college athletes all around the country will be impacted as well, because your influence is going to extend out from beyond where you serve. So we love you. We appreciate you. Keep going. Have a great time there in the Twin Cities. Bye-bye.
For the 50 staff and 8 different local teams that are entering the 4th and final leg of the Athletes in Action Learning Community, congratulations. I'm so proud of you. Mary Ann and I are so excited about the rich experience that Luke, Karin, and the local team have provided for you. You know, in Athletes in Action, we value faith, growth, and fruitfulness as our 3 values. And I would imagine you've exercised each of those 3 in some very unique ways over the past 2 years. I've talked to several of you about your community experience, and I know it's made a significant difference in how you're going about the mission in your local context. Let me make a final comment about our value of fruitfulness. I think it would be all of our prayers that the fruitful results of your investment in the learning community would be a greater contribution to our overall global goal of seeing 25,000 multiplying disciples by the year 2025. Finally, let me say this about leadership. I know it's hard, it's demanding, and in some cases, a thankless job. I'm really excited about the investment that you've made in yourself, because you'll pass this on to countless other student athletes in your local context. I'll be praying for you in Minneapolis over these next couple days, praying that your faith would grow and that your experience in Minneapolis would result in greater emphasis and fruitfulness for the mission.